Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. Thank you for tuning in to this video. The bloodbath has begun. There is a huge shortage of gold and silver, more specifically silver. What's going to happen? This article from SD Bullion will be in the description with the video. This is getting pretty serious, ladies and gentlemen. Not only is American Eagles sold out, the U.S. Mint sold out of American Eagles, Royal Canadian Mint shut down production, Mexico and Peru, the two largest silver producers, accumulating over 40% of the world's silver production, is shut down due to COVID-19. What is going to happen to silver's price? This is serious stuff. We're talking about life-changing, historical things happening, situations happening. Honestly, if you're looking at supply and demand, one of the major fastest influencers of a price moving upwards or downwards, then it's happening. It's here. So 3 weeks ago to the day, we asked the question, what if the stock market bubble bursts? And since then, we have been so fast slapped in the face by a U.S. stock market crash, falling harder and quicker than even the 1929 version. Read that historic precedent again and sober up if you are still delusion bubble drunk. As you well may know, we have a growing pandemic scare that has increasingly shut down economic activities across the world, requiring a resetting of virtually all prices and values still ongoing. And to add to that, a supposed oil price war has broken out, which may be a clear signpost to the end of fiat petrodollar era. What if the dollar is no more? What if we are impregnating, pumping out all of this money, this virtual money out of thin air that's becoming worthless? The dollar's lost over 98% of its purchasing power due to hyperinflation. Raising interest rates isn't going to fix anything. Lowering interest rates isn't going to fix anything. We're too deep in the hole to dig ourselves out. We're trying to get ourselves out of debt by replacing it with more debt. So, more on repricing thanks to these anti-bubbles shortly. Precious metals and speculators betting long in the COMEX and NYMEX price discovery markets were also taken to the woodshed this week. Gold held up best in value, and shortly in this video we're going to drill into historic levels of gold value appreciations we may be revisiting again, talking about, because I checked the video out, talking about, in the 80s, 90s, 2008 credit crash, 2011 $50 silver. So the spot price of silver finally fully rolled over in the face of this deflation and deleveraging. The gold to silver ratio is now around 104, and we'll put that in historical context later in the episode. This same deflationary spot price beatdown occurred this week with both platinum and once record price parabolic palladium. Amazingly, on paper at the moment, the gold platinum ratio is now over 2. Just yesterday, we had a stock sell-off about negative 10%. That was only the second by Black Monday in October to 1987. The S&P 500 lost negative 22% of its value in one day. Today, we had a stock market rebound of over 9%. Trump autographed this latest PPT ramp as if it were cool or something, not to be so humble to brag over. So you can see Donald Trump signing over the stock market. And this guy, Kevin, says, I thought for sure this was BS. But I just found the clip. Yes, DGT, Donald J. Trump, sent Lou Dobbs a signed copy of today's one stock market chart. I can't even begin to understand what's going on. So Donald Trump is signing the stock market, showing his progress. 1993 gold confiscation. 1933 gold confiscation. 1934 Gold Reserve Act, Stabilization of Fund 2. 2020 PP2 POTUS autograph. It's only going to get weirder as this reveals. Or this unravels. So, this kind of day-to-day volatility is not the typical sign of a healthy financial or equity market, right? It definitely isn't. Demographic and fundamental factors are a lot different than they were back in 1987. Yet, still some hopeful stock rebound bulls think the private central bank and the federal government will create and inject more trillions of fiat Federal Reserve notes, driving our return back to all-time nominal highs. If that is true, where do you think gold and silver would sit in the mix of that? Because we know if stock markets are high, gold and silver is low. So if stock markets start to recover, if they pump more trillions of dollars, it's going to hurt the US dollar, though. It's going to be interesting. We're in very interesting times. But remember, if you're looking at crazy high silver prices, that correlates to crazy times in the economy. And right now we are in crazy times. So if you want to talk about crazy prices, we need crazy happening in the economy, and that's definitely happening. So it's not that far out of the realm of impossibility to say that $100 silver is under the horizon, because look at what's happening in the world, people. As fallible human beings, humans begin, it typically takes about 3 generations, or roughly 90 to 100 years of time for most to forget big, even small lessons to our forefathers, or of our forefathers. The last time we had a pandemic on this scale was a Spanish flu, and that lasted for some 2 years of time and came into waves, killing millions across the world. Just yesterday, macro analyst, the founder of Real Vision, was on Yahoo Finance discussing the downside potentials to come. This is not meant to scare you, merely to remind us all this could last a lot longer than people even think is possible. This past weekend, a supposed war in the oil breakout, the gold to oil ratio was driven to a new all-time full fiat petrodollar system highs. The battle appears to be between the Russian Federation, Saudi Arabia, and the U.S. shale oil frackers. The price per barrel of the WTI crude oil is now in the low 30s, and questions remaining not merely regarding possible if U.S. shale oil bailouts, but more so geopolitical strategies regarding gold's role. In the fullness of our nation's history during deflationary eras following when silver was demonetized by the gold to oil ratio rose nearly 100. Hard to know how much higher this ratio might go now that we apparently, not foreign governments, are busy buying our escalating IOUs. Regarding gold's strength of late, it is questionable how much higher this gold to silver ratio may run to. We saw it at a record-breaking 5,000-year record-breaking high of 125 to 1. And its all-time record high for the gold to silver ratio occurred in 1933 when the ratio reached 134. And that was when FDR changed the gold to silver ratio from 16 to 1 to 75 to 1. Freshly confiscated gold got rigged to $35 an ounce, and silver were only a penny higher than its all-time high, about 26 cents per ounce. And that was from FDR's doings. The U.S. Mint is now temporarily sold out of American Eagle coins. The most popular silver bullion coins in the world have temporarily sold out, citing the rates and sales that exceeded 3 times what is sold last month. With premiums at all-time highs as well, you're paying $14, $15 for an American Eagle when usually it should be sold around spot price. While we still have bullion supplies on our shelves here at SD Bullion, product premiums are escalating due to supply constraints versus outsized demand at the moment. What is past is likely indeed prologue for precious metals. As in the fall of 2008, this industry is typically not able to handle demand increase of 5 to 10 times over the month of durations at a time. This industry has also suffered many silver and gold refinery bankruptcies over the past few years that has exacerbated only ongoing supply constraints. So supply. What is going on with the supply? This is serious stuff. People. We are in serious doo-doo. Demand is going to keep growing as new money comes in, as 5G technology, floods the market. Silver's a major role, one of the main roles in 5G technology. EVs, electric vehicles, highly used for silver, as silver is the most highly conductive metal for thermal conductivity and electricity. This is all leading to higher silver prices. So if spot price stays or perhaps lowers in the weeks to come, you can expect more delivery delays and product sellouts, which is higher demand. For now, our team at SD Bullion is working 7 days a week, processing, shipping out hundreds and thousands of customers' orders every day. So, this is serious stuff. I don't know if people understand how serious, but I think time will tell, and you will see the reality come out. The reality being that silver is extremely undervalued, and the dollar is extremely exposed. COVID-19 exposed the dollar, and this is only going to entail people to hop on board or to be kicking themselves in the butt. Which side of the fence are you going to be on? Are you going to be on the gold and silver side, where there's a lot of potential, there's a lot of beneficial aspects. You can preserve your wealth, hedge against inflation, ensure your money, your hard-earned dollars stays in something that holds its value, or you can be on the other side of the fence, hanging on by a thin a thread, just hoping in a system that's failing, hoping in a system that's crashing. You could switch seats on the Titanic, you can get in stocks or whatever the case is, but it all still comes crashing down at the end of the day. It all comes crashing down at the end of the day. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. The link to this article from SD Bullion will be in the description. Make sure to smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe because I post daily videos. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.